podium and finding that your brothers who are either against you or for you are looking at you, it's so scary. And this experience, I thank all of you to making me go through this kind of rigor of facing our own brothers. I have never seen advocates from other side, any other side of the fence. So this is the first time I've been going to some of the bar associations. But this is scary because I lived here, I grew here, I grew with all of you. See, the problem of advocates and the problems of bar associations. I have a very small introduction. I enrolled in 1990, practiced extensively on the business side for a very long time. Then I also started practicing in the High Court. I was standing counsel, GHMC for certain time. Alhamdulillah, Almighty has been insulating me and I have been scratchless in the civil court. I was standing counsel for entire Telangana in the Waqf Board. I assure that I have given a list to the Waqf Board while disposing of their files. And I gave a list of all the cases which are won by me. I did not lose even a single case as a Waqf counsel in my term. I have that record with me. I have the record with me. I have submitted it to the Minority Welfare Association also and also to the Waqf. We have handled best of the cases, including the very famous and now infamous Landco matter which went up to the Supreme Court. I have a lot of memories, a lot of things to discuss about that case. But for that, these cameras and these mics are not there. You close the doors, I talk to you much about those things. I have seen in the Waqf Board. Before I begin on my aspect, I'll come to Waqf Board. Amir, I thank you for taking up the issue of a Waqf Board member. But I'm telling you honestly, being a Waqf Board member is not important. I'll tell you why. You are one amongst the other members who get elected. And you know, in a democracy, your worth of an election within that fraternity, you getting elected and getting nominated. I'm not making any comment on the status of any member. It's a very essential point. But the point is this: you are warm members. I request all of you, let us have a conference or a confederation where we promote the Waqf Board. The Waqf Board also we promote to protect the Waqf properties. Before I begin to talk to all of you on any other aspects, this is a very important aspect. I thought I should talk to you, share with you, and also it's for all of us to introspect. Shuja, one of the senior most I see here. I don't go into this patriarchy of senior and junior. I have never called in my colleagues. I have always called them as colleagues. I am telling you by virtue of your experience. What all I can see is this. Let us prepare. And when I was the counsel, we protected the Waqf properties, including the land. We won the cases in high. The point is this. If we follow the rule, I'll tell also one thing. If anybody is willing, this is on my own, anybody is willing and anybody has a matter of Waqf, I have a compilation of at least 100 judgments which are in favor of the Waqf Board and any side. The point now is the Waqf Board and this nonsensical act called Umeed. See, this is a fraud, which is a legislation on the citizens of India. This legislation is a legislative fraud.
वीडियो बंद कर देना क्या?
No. I've never been scared ever. And inshallah I'll never be. Inshallah I always keep telling my colleagues, hey, I don't want to look coward when I die. I am telling you one thing, there is a huge problem in Waqf properties. Waqf board is a board, but the people who get elected are not accustomed to the law, and then they don't know much about the law. The members who sits there has a role to play, but understand out of 14, you are one among the members. So I request all of you to get ready to become Waqf board lawyers, to stand up and protect the property. I'll tell you an event of mine. I'll tell you my example. When I was writing Waqf board matters, I would share this with all of you. A matter of 50 acres, we are still fighting that. Inayat Shah, Dargah Inayat Shah. And Inayat Shah was a saint who met the first Nizam in Aurangabad while he was coming down. He was given a yellow cloth. After he travelled a lot, he found 7 cloves, kulche, in that. The first Nizam, when he was declaring himself independent from Mughals and coming back to declare himself as independent, when midway he saw 7 cloves, out of his inquisitivity he sent back. And the saint said, your 7 generations will rule Hyderabad. I have a book called the Hyderabad of 7 lobes, 7 lobes, written by a Naik who was posted in Hyderabad. We are still fighting the property. When the matter was happening, other side was Vedula Venkatamna, Vijay Sen Reddy, Niranjan Reddy, and all the battery of lawyers. We fought once on the side of the Mutabali. Waqf Board Council was there, I don't remember at that point who was there. And the government leader, we asked the AG to appear. He did not appear. He sent somebody who was very junior. MS Ramchandra Rao, I'll provide all of you with a copy if you are interested. MS Ramchandra Rao was hearing the matters. I told him upfront that you have made up your mind, you are trying to damage our property, and that we will not allow you to do this on the bench. Eventually what happened, whatever he could do, damage, he did that. We were waiting for the judgment for 8 months. This is all recorded. I am not saying anything out of record. When we were waiting for the judgment, 6 months downwards, we saw the matter in forebeing mention. I went there. I told the judge that forebeing mention, I did not ask. I want to know who asked for it. It's a very menial matter, and our petitions have not been allowed. So, now the matter is posted in forebeing mention. I said, forebeing mention is for the advocates. I want to know who made it. Vedula Venkatamna did not make it, Vijay Sen Reddy did not make it, Niranjan Reddy did not, I did not. That's an I said, where is forebeing mention available to a judge? The second point was, when he said, oh, it is a formal issue of LRs, I said, see, you have already delivered a judgment. Today you are Fantesh official. And if you have to allow and look into Order 22 Rule 5 Subclause 2, there is a complete inquiry like a suit if I dispute. And I am disputing. He said, no, why don't you agree? I said, as a council of Waqf Board or as a council of Mutawalli, how do I stand to admit who are the adults? These are the nuances where, and I said, even if I agree, where is the admission of a lawyer? So you put these matters again. You know what did the judge do? Please record this. I am telling it, Ashraf. I am telling on mic. The man went back. The judge went back in the chamber, allowed those applications without dates after the judgment was pronounced. And I am ready and willing to give you the copies. This is one of the point in appeal, that the judge had this and made laborious mistakes in the judgment. I am telling you, maybe this is not one of the issues happening to us. It's happening all around. I I've been moving around with the people called STs and SCs. I see they are much oppressed than what we have. See, this is one of the matter of our court since it is raked up by moderator Amit. I have answered my question. To sum up my request to all of you is kindly along with your profession. I know you are all very qualified. I have been seeing you. One thing which impresses me most today is these young lawyers, which nowadays the first word, Shakil Bhai will agree with me, will concur with me, Gen Z. I see this Gen Z lawyers has a very immaculate and very impeccable English speaking power. I'll tell you one thing, this English is one language. I today should be ashamed if I don't know Urdu. So the point is, whether you know or not is the point which you have to convey. The point is you have to all get ready. Let us make a confederation and let us take up the issues of property, fight it tooth and nail. We'll all be together. It's not A versus B. It's never should I'm telling you A versus B. It's all of us. It's our property. It's a property. See, if we look into this, serious issues. See, if you look into this, tell me when Rasulullah brought Islam in Arab, which is called Jahiliyyah at that point of time. It was engrossed between Romans, Persians, and Byzantine, Armenian, and all explicit civilizations. In that, for the first time, there was equality of women, there was equality of distributions. Then, this concept of tying your title to Almighty and keeping the usufruct to the benefit of the people is the first time it happened because of the Prophet of Islam. The point I'm trying to make is, please understand, who else will protect this property? It is only lawyers have to do it. Doctors can't do it, chartered accountant can't do it, anybody else can't do it. So get ready. We will make a confederation, we will make a Friday evening or either 15 days or something, and we'll see that every case of the law court is not lost. Today, you know, High Court judges are sitting down and they are passing judgments against the Gazette, which we are still fighting. The last matter on the bar, when this Pune portal was brought into, I took it as a legislative fraud. However, my words may be recorded. I want to vouch and stand up for this. And we took up that 3 months. I call him Mujahid is my AOR in Delhi. He came back, stayed for 3 months. And we took each every point. And I am very happy to tell all of you that Justice Naushad Ali has become petitioner as one of this great petitioners. So now Supreme Court said everybody will become IAS after 5. We said no. There is a judge of High Court who has become petitioner. We want this petition to be numbered. We are fighting with that. Boss, this is one of the issues. There are a lot of issues. I want to share one thing with all of you. See, when we become advocates, we come out of our houses, out of our shells of parents. We may have money, we may not have money. Not all of us are as privileged financially as I see Abu Bakr is. But I am not. So what will happen? The man comes to the profession at the age of 24, 25. Within 25 to 28 is married by his mother. Because at that point of time, 32 to 32, you will have 1 or 2 kids. Now you are crumbled between 3 points. Your parents, your wife and your children, and small growing up children. You have to come out, manage your office, manage your clientele, and then see that you get the orders in favor. Order लाया तो वकील है, नहीं लाया तो नहीं है. That is the crumbling point through which an advocate goes through. And everybody goes through that. I have also gone through all that. Comforts, and what do you want? You want every association, lot of money, lot of appreciation when you are young. After 45, I'm telling you, everything becomes black and white. Or at that stage, if you start getting appreciation, you will not be able to enjoy your life. So first and foremost, what I suggest is, see, let us leave a lawyer for 1 year. See if he sticks on. 2 to 5 years, you should have a fixed allowance of at least 10,000 to the lawyer as a sustenance. And from 5 to 7 years, decrease it to 5 to 7,000. Tell him now, you are graduated to be a lawyer in 8 years, go off with your office. You cannot exist without that. I see a lot of lawyers, potentially, Aswaman, I vouch with that. Some seniors with me, they are going away. They are going away to the jobs. And you know what happens was, today they give you a job of 25 to 35,000. They take away your 25 to 35,000 of that cream of your age. You become a job. Then after 35, 40, if you are laid back by the company, you come back to struggle in the profession. There are numerous people suffering with this. This is my suggestion, and I am not going to suggest. I am not asking that who should be voted today. When Jackie Bhai stood up and said, vote for me, how do you want me to conflict him by saying vote for me? This is an issue which I want to discuss with all of you. Whoever is voted, whoever is not voted, let us have a concurrence that these are the issues we will take up. What do we need to become to do that? We can do it from any point of time. The second point which I am trying to tell you is, see, we have a family. In all of our family, we have our ladies. These ladies who are practicing us are our professional family. And every lady I find hardly even some of them drive bicycle. All of them are in auto. I am telling you honestly, auto fares are scary. Once I went into auto from my residence to office, he charged me 150. From then onward to Rapido. अपनी गाड़ी है तो है, नहीं है तो Rapido. But are these people? Can they people do unless you have a ladies Rapido? No. So they end up paying at least 200 to 300, if my memory serves me right, per day to travel. And what is the profession doing to that? Nothing. Absolutely thankless. And I have seen they are much more sincere than us. I request these ladies to stand up, take up GPs, AGPs, PPs, and also work more. I also suggest, see, this is just I am not standing up for lectures, I am not standing up for speeches. I am telling you my heart out, what is there, riding in my mind. Let these ladies take up the issues of family courts. See, everybody, we all majority, let's not go into majority, most of the people males here, let us agree that they are much more controlled in their emotions than men. Our family matter is a very sensitive issue. Let these ladies handle that. I am telling all of you, including myself, that these ladies can handle any dispute much better, especially these family matters. So I have made an issue that whatever matters comes to us and family issues. Let there be a panel of lady advocates. We will refer the matters to them. Let the family be for the husband, be for the wife. Let family matters. This is one issue I wanted to tell all of you. The most important, I want concurrence. I want your appreciation on the point is this. What is an advocate's protection? 195, CRPC, a judge is protected. 197, policeman is protected, and the advocate is not protected at all. And what he has to do? He has to go, take the report, whatever fact by the police, go to the judge, tell him, get a remedy, and he is unprotected. He has to get wet in the rains, and then he has to get to the sun. These are the things. Now, how many of our advocates have been roughed up by police? At least if my memory serves me right, it is 2025. They have been roughed up by the crime team, they have been roughed up by the police, and no issue is being raked up. Who has to do this? Why is this institution called Bar Council? Every government gets elected and they want elevations. See, all of you know my name was for elevation in 2015. That was the day I told if it is my destiny, it will come to my threshold or otherwise not. I've never been bothered about that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feels that I am a lawyer, I am a lawyer. Tomorrow he thinks I am not, I am not. The program I am trying to tell you is, where do you get the protection? Shakil Bhai is the most prominent social activist. Where do you get it? It has to come from within. Our protection we are not going to get. Ask anybody to. Where policeman is protected, judge is protected. Why should we not be protected? So let us find a solution of protection from within ourselves. How do we get that? I'll tell you a very small one thing. I think my apologies if I'm extending. Masood Khan, he has his house, 4-generation house. Masood Khan. Somebody bought a small piece of portion of his property, executed his entry, tried to grab the property. Out of the anxiety he came out, perhaps there is a allegation that he fired in the air. He is suffering 307 and 142, 147. अपने घर में ट्रेसपास भी कर रहा आदमी 307 भी कर रहा against the land rights. You know, when I heard, there were very infant boys around with me and I told me, we went to the DCP and said, you will stop this policeman. We will start hitting policemen when we are in the courts. That DCP took a photograph with us, sent it to the police, told the police not to go this on. We are still fighting the matters in High Court. We have challenged that CEO of FIRs against his aged mother of 80 years, his wife, his brother. See, what are we doing? We are not standing up against that. We have to stand against these atrocities against advocates in one voice. I remember 6 months down the line, somebody was waiting in Saradabad. We never stood up. We should apologize all these people who were oppressed and we were not able to stand up to them. I feel when the advocates come into, I have only 2 points to tell all of you. I feel when the advocates come up for practice, he needs a very good library, he needs a very good place to sit, and also an archive, something where he is told that this is law and you can go and do this law. We all know an ashar which says, "Ilm ki chori chori, hum सीखो कोई और सीखो कुछ होने वाला नहीं." These advocates are not there googling. Boys, my brothers, I'm telling you, googling is absolutely dangerous as allopathic medicine. Allopathic medicine does not treat you; it only decreases your pain. You will not get anything out of this googling. Go to your seniors. All of the people who know law today, whatever knowledge they know, they have learned from their seniors. Google will mislead you. It doesn't belong to India. It will not lead you anywhere. So we have to read. And you know, the power to listen is greater than power of reading. So you have to read, we have to then write down and then get ready to go to law. So we need to have a library, we need to have a place where the lawyers can sit down, introspect, marshal their sense of law, and then get up to stand up and fight the matters. The last point about our council. Brothers, I'll tell you one thing. I think I contested as a secretary in civil court once. You know why? I heard that there is a resolution in Rangareddy that particular kind of people will not be voted as presidents or secretary in any of the courts. So that is the day I decided whether I win or lose is one of the matter, but I contest and tell them that I can contest the matter. I lost. Second time, I think, if I remember, and I contested for vice president once. Today, this is the first time I am taking up an issue. It's not an issue where I get a crown, I get a lot. I am comfortable, I am complacent in whatever Almighty has given me as my practice in my profession personally. But the point is this: wherever I've had a bar council, did we get out of this bar council? We started paying 20 rupees, today we are paying 250 rupees. I gave the calculation, Jackie, which you were telling me just a minute ago. We are 36,000, 34,000 in October. 34,000 in October. Today we have 36,638 advocates enrolled COP in Bar. Take for a moment, only 30% of us are filing Wakala daily. 10,000 into 250, so today we are contributing 10 to 20 lakh per day to the Bar Council. And what do you give me? You say you pay me 2 lakh rupees as an insurance. And you know what happens as insurance? The advocate is put to slog. He goes to the hospital room, hospital bill, and he is put across to a third party insurance verification. He has to directly deal with them. There is no bar council member, there is no committee to stand up. So this man keeps in between. The hospital tells you tomorrow if you don't go, another 10,000 as a room I'll be able to charge. In that, you know what's happening? They are only paying you 30 to 40,000 rupees per lakh. These people tell us they are paying 1 lakh. No, it's only 40,000. A cap of 60,000 rupees. And you are exhausted, you are gone. The point I am telling you is, we need today's medical life. I don't say I. An advocate needs at least 25 lakhs as an insurance. With his family, his children, and his parent included. It is his decision. It is his money, boss. It's none of your business to hold back and say, we are giving. Who are you? You're not giving out of your pockets. 25 lakhs, give him. They say, we are paying 10 lakhs as a death benefit. Oh, marna, 10 lakh. So, if I worry about 10 lakh, I don't take it to my grave. There I need something else. Dua karo, akhirat ke liye. So where do I get the money? All right, I have my family with. My program to you is, I want this group. I congratulate the people who have sponsored this. I congratulate sir. Thank you so much for coming forward. See, and the people who come to us, saab mere order ka kya hua? I found you the first person who have stood up to one of our requirements. Tell us that we are able to gather here and also have a feast. This is the first time we saw somebody doing it to us. I thank you from bottom of my heart and also from everybody taking all your liberty. I thank you from bottom of our heart for giving this opportunity, giving this hall. I sum up with my 3 things to tell all of you. Boss, we have to make a ground for ourselves. We have to get up and make a protection ourselves. We have to tell Bar Council that we need 25 lakhs. And this is a general body. Do you think there is any society without a general body? And this Bar Council doesn't have a general body. We all know that. It is only members who run the Bar Council. So we have to tell them in one voice that we need this, and I don't know who's going to get elected. What I resolve here, what I vouch here, that whoever gets there, kindly see that these are the welfare measures to stand up. The man who gets elected, it is a time for give back to the society. All the advocates need your attention. All the advocates need your matter to be taken up. And last thing which I want to tell you is, these people are troubling advocates on the point of complaints. See, 34 has a very limited jurisdiction. And whenever there is a complaint against an advocate, he does not have a protection against a judge, he does not have a protection against the society, he does not have a protection against a client. Somebody comes to me, doesn't pay me a fees, nobody's bothered. And these people are saying, when the matter goes to them, client goes to them, they say, give back the wakala. They have none of the business to tell an advocate to give the wakala. Order 3, Rule 5, Subclause 2. It's a power with the court to understand and say that the wakalat is correct. This is what comes out from my heart. I have never prepared. I am not. I apologize for any shortcomings in my speaking to all of you. I saw all the faces which are very, very known to me. I thank all of you for providing me an opportunity. I thank Amir for calling me much prior to anybody else. I thank the sponsors once again. Thank all of you. Khuda Hafiz Allah.
Mir Masood sir. We have among us one of the senior advocates, Mir Masood Khan, and I would like to invite Mir Masood Khan sir to speak a few words. He is not contesting so far, so he will speak generally on the conditions of junior senior relation. He is one of the most approachable senior in the Honorable High Court.